the last day of our heat wave, but it is
the
hottest heat wave in history.
The hottest heat wave in history. It's true. We've beaten several records in the UK, including but not limited to the all-time record of 40 degrees C, and just yesterday or the day before, it was the record for the hottest day in.
Hey, will you guys start with that? I need like 10 minutes to use the restroom. Something. So
yeah, we've started, so that's fine.
Okay.
We were listening.
So I was still on. Be right back, and I was like, "What is going on?"
I've just changed it.
All right. He is so quiet.
I just
your microphone's really quiet.
That's because he's talking to us from the bathroom. That's okay.
That makes sense. Are we live now? Yeah, we're live.
Yeah. We're live. Okay. Justice Kagan's here. Ken Eric 86 is here, and then I don't know how many people stayed over from Dark Souls. What's he playing? Elden Ring. He's playing something anyway, isn't he?
He's playing Elden Ring.
Elden Ring.
I tried not to look. At it. I just closed my eyes. Well, the good news is I have to look at my keyboard when I type. So I just brought my text into the thing, made sure it was blinking, typed, hit enter, closed everything, shut my whole computer down. And then nothing got spoiled from Elden Ring.
Oh, that's true, because despite having played it for nearly a year now, you've barely got anywhere into the game, right?
I mean, beat the tutorial, and honestly, a lot of people are saying they've never seen the tutorial beaten so efficiently.
Efficiently is the word you're going for. Okay.
I couldn't use quickly. We've decided it's not going to be a speed run. But we're doing it efficiently. You
could have said diligently. It's attention to detail, but no, efficiently was the word you went for, which is effectively the same as quickly. It's just as ridiculous. Anyway,
maybe I should say we're using the word literally. We're literally going to beat the game. I don't know if we are literally going to beat the game. I don't know.
Well, Morgan's beaten it 3 times, hasn't he? Or he's about to.
I don't know. Nobody really knows. A lot of people wonder if he uses an aimbot to get through it.
An aimbot?
I mean, I've never heard anybody say it out loud, but it's kind of the silent question everybody has.
I saw someone do a speedrun of Elden Ring a couple of weeks ago. 47 minutes, the whole game. 47.
Yeah, that's sad. Are you really enjoying the game at that point? What are you doing?
I mean, yeah, you're skipping and glitching a bunch of stuff, but having said that, it's still significantly quicker than 47 months.
I was going to do that the first time I beat it, and about 30 seconds, and I was like, let's enjoy it. Let's spend a couple of years on this game.
just like a fine wine, it gets better with age.
Mm-hmm.
And it's good. Just let it mature. Let it savor.
I'm pretty sure all the bottles of wine in my apartment are just. I don't know what temperature you're supposed to keep them, but it's been 85 to 90 degrees every day for the past.
Well, I mean,
in my apartment.
That's why you keep them in a cellar, isn't it?
Yeah, we don't have a cellar. You know what we got? We got a kitchen.
Got a kitchen.
The problem is that's where we keep our wine, and in the kitchen is where we cook. We've had a moratorium. I don't think that's the word. We've had no one's allowed to use our kitchen for the past 3 days to bake. Only things that can be cooked on top of the stove. It's hot.
Yeah.
And you know what's weird? I had put all those boards on the floor. Everything seems to expand with the heat, and it's just all of them are they're just snapping it. Well, I wouldn't say snapping. Bubbling, popping, unlocking.
Oh, really?
No, that was the concern. Everybody was telling me, because I guess you're supposed to leave an 1/8 of an inch around the entire place before you put that cornering stuff on.
So they say, yeah. Well,
so they say.
That's what I've done.
Yeah. That's what you did? You did your floors?
Well, if you see the grey bit there, that's the edging, and then I left 1/4 of an inch. So it kind of goes over and covers it.
You got a little extra.
Well, I can't remember. It was about that. And then
I was told 1/8 of an inch.
You can see.
But you probably do things in millimeters and in whatever Roman
Well, yeah, but it's quite a thick border, so you can kind of see where it's expanded in. But there's still a bit of room there. Oh no, it looks okay.
Yeah.
But the point is, you can't see the edge. That's the main thing. So as long as you've got something to cover it.
Yeah, so I had left the West Side Comedy Theater used the same flooring I used for their stage, and they put like an eighth of an inch around the whole thing. And when he asked me, "Did you do an eighth of an inch around the whole like thing?" I said, "Well, for the most part," is what I said. It's like I like sometimes it was a little less than an eighth of an inch, sometimes it was a little more. It wasn't exactly an eighth of an inch. And he's like, your boards are gonna buckle, bro." I don't know. I don't think so. The good news is I was doing it on what I thought would be the hottest days ever because it was like record-breaking temperatures in Venice. But then we got it again. It's weird how that happens. We just keep winning. So much winning of records and breaking them. We should join the Olympics for temperatures out here. But they're still the floors are still good. None of them buckled.
I've got some good news for you, James. Where are we at here? Pill has just redeemed the random name generator for you. Your name for today is now the Clapter. That is now official.
God, what is that? That's in reference to one of the videos.
Okay, I'm not sure.
That's a good name. I think the Clapter's a good name for me.
It sounds like an STD, but I mean, maybe that's just me.
Sure. And if you want to catch it, come on over, Danny.
Wow. Well, that's an invite.
Well, Morgan said I was going to get clapped by these enemies in Dark.
That makes sense. That kind of clap. Yeah.
And I don't know exactly what my phrasing was, but I knew I wasn't going to get clapped because I'm pretty good at the game. I've been playing it for about a year now. So I don't know what I said, but I think something on the lines of "You'll hear the Clapter." It'll be like a round of applause or something.
Oh, that's quite funny.
Yeah.
So, James, have you got anything you want to plug this week?
A new episode of Original Understudies came out today, and this one has Morgan in it. It's nasty. It's disgusting. We just can't seem to keep ourselves from being dirty. I mean, there is a point in time where people, maybe I don't want to spoil it, but where people are picking their golden scabs off. So,
okay,
because they got billionaires herpes.
Makes sense. I've heard of it. Yep.
Billionaires herpes, where your herpes they're gold plated. You get gold source. It's so gross. I mean, but there's nothing I can do. Once we start improvising, I'm not going to stop them and be like, and I don't. It might be my fault. It is audio only. It's the podcast. You can go to originalunderstudies.com, and then there you can get your podcast from anywhere, like wherever you get podcasts. And Morgan's in the first episode. He's in this episode. There might be a third episode he's in. I'm not sure. But
exciting really stuff. Yeah.
He is real funny.
I'll have to give that a listen. I listened to episode 2 of Zach and Mo's podcast last night, so I'll have to listen to Original Understudies tonight. Yeah, Zach and Mo's second episode was on Prey.
Of season 2.
Of season 2 of the podcast.
Where is it just... I thought... Okay, never mind.
It's on all of the podcast bits. I don't think they have a website. I don't think they're as organized as you. Even though I think we registered like 4 domain names.
I'm just surprised because I'm supposed to get an update when that happens, but maybe I'm supposed to get an update when they put up new episodes. Maybe because there's a new...
I did as well, but I didn't get a notification, but I just noticed it last night. So
I wonder if they have a new RSS feed or something.
I'll be honest, I don't have a clue. It's not my area. Maybe it's just old, but I just missed it. I don't know.
No, it can't be old. Prey's pretty new, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was updated 24th of August, so it wasn't that recently. That was when it was away though. So,
24th of August is, only a couple weeks. It wasn't like because they stopped doing that podcast for like 6 months or something.
They did, but then they came back and they did Palm Springs,
I haven't listened to Palm Springs either.
and then
I loved that movie. Did you see Palm Springs?
Yeah, I saw that one. I didn't watch Prey, but I listened.
Take on it. I'm a little worried because I really loved that movie, and I could not sit and listen to people talk bad about it without having to then call them up and tell them my opinion.
Yeah.
I want to make an advertisement for the original Understudies podcast, but it's kind of hard because this improv is it's not something where you can just get 30 seconds of it. It's a long podcast. You got to listen to the whole thing to enjoy it.
You need to get the one-liners for your advert, right?
I could, but the one-liners never sound in context. But what I want to do is I want to make a podcast like, are you sick of punching your windshields out in your car and just like having like the sound effects like fuck and like screaming? Be like, listen to original Understudies. It'll make your drive so much better. Not really related to the podcast, but just how like people will have commercials for extension cords that coil up on their own, and the person will be all tangled. Well, I want it to be the audio version of that. Morgan, I love you, but you are a whisper of a willow tree.
Okay, turn me up in your side.
I will, but you are at 100%. Now you're at 200%.
Yeah, you're as loud as you go. You could do with a nudge more, but just a nudge.
Okay. I remember getting in trouble this weekend for talking about audio. I didn't think we talked about that anymore.
Well, I don't know what we could do is it could just be Danny and I talking for the podcast for this fan mail, and I wouldn't be able to hear you if you don't turn it up.
How about now?
That's better. That's good. There's an air conditioner in the background or something, but that's okay.
I like the sound of it.
I'll cut that out. I'll cut that out myself.
Oh, I've got noise removal on.
Yeah, it is the hottest heat wave in the history of Venice, California, as far back as you can remember to like written history. Maybe the dinosaurs had hotter days. We don't know.
I've dealt with it. The noise suppression I've dealt with. It's fine. It's all good. Well,
can I break some news to Morgan really quick that might be pretty important for him to hear?
Will it make him upset?
It's probably going to make him upset. It should. He lives close to the Pacific Ocean also.
Oh, the earthquakes, go on.
Did you know that in the last 18 hours, there's been 3 major earthquakes in the Pacific Ocean, the highest being a 6 point, either 2 or 6, I can't remember.
Well, I didn't feel it.
I didn't feel it either, but it's in the ocean, and there was a tweet out from the National Earthquake whatever thing, and it's also National Earthquake Preparedness Month. But they're just, and there was an earthquake in El Segundo and an earthquake, I think, in San Bernardino. I think this heat wave is really making and they say, because I've literally been to I guess a lecture on earthquakes. They say that the temperature change has no effect on earthquake fault lines, but it doesn't make sense. If it gets so hot that you can see the pavement cracking, don't you think the fault line would have some sort of change in it?
Yeah, we got to stop listening to these scientists who spend all day looking at data and collecting data. They're big dummies. We got to do our own thing and just think about how it feels.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm not gonna stop worrying about it because some scientists say the temperature of the Earth has no effect on the earthquakes. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna worry.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to make sure that you at least have the seed of worry inside of you.
I do not. What am I gonna do about it?
I think James's primary concern is the fact that if a tsunami does come, it's going to ruin his brand new flooring, which he's only just managed to get put down. Now, James's facial expressions make me think that he's not wearing pants. That is a bold claim. But given the heat, possible.
Oh, if you guys have ever thought that I was wearing pants, you're wrong. I'm never wearing pants. Just period, ever.
Yeah, there's a reason why your camera goes up when you get out of your chair.
Yeah, no free shows. Now if you guys are paying a little bit, well, then we can talk about it. Look at that. Derek finally followed us. Justice Kagan. but the clapter sits above it.
James is known as the clapter today. I'll put it in the wrong order.
Oh yes, you got to call me the clapter, if we can think of it. That's gonna be hard for you guys. I don't rarely refer to the clapter because other people. I don't talk about myself in the third person.
Are we gonna start fan mail? What happened?
Well, yeah, we were just doing announcements. He was plugging his podcast, and I was plugging the other. I plugged your podcast. Yeah. All the podcast plugins been done, so we can move swiftly on unless you've got anything you want to add.
The clapter approves of starting with fan mail.
He wasn't talking to you. I am going to beat Melly next stream tomorrow. So if you tune in tomorrow, I'm gonna beat her. I just beat the Godskin duo, and I'm gonna go get a ball bearing, and I'm gonna level up my little maces, and then tomorrow, guaranteed, I'm gonna beat her. That's my announcement.
Wow!
Nice.
Wow!
Nice. Let's roll the intro. With the clapter written above it, but whatever.
Yeah, it's just floating. I was wondering about that.
Anywho, this is Resident Evil episode number 19.
I can't. You aren't sharing your screen anymore.
I mean, no, I thought it was
Discord.
Let me think.
I was gonna say something when you turned it off, but I thought you were watching some dirty things or I don't know. I don't know what you were doing.
You should have said tomorrow she's going down. Good luck, Morgan. I'm sure you'll do it. How many episodes? How many days have you been spending on this boss?
It's 4 streams so far.
But you've beat it before, right?
Yeah, but I did it in a shady way.
At least you can admit when you cheese your way through bosses.
Oh, I cheesed my way through the whole first playthrough was all cheese, baby. It was the best.
Do you have any idea how many deaths you've had? Like, just a guess.
Against her?
Just a general.
Oh, I don't know. A couple hundred?
1,000? No. 200? Come on, Morgan.
I'm really good at the game, James. I don't know.
Well, okay. So, Resident Evil Part 19. I was pretty happy with the titling. Thermal Dynamic Duo. Like, it was
it's pretty good.
Dynamics. Yeah.
Science joke.
So Amazing Jays comes in and snap, it's back. Yeah. Are we sure that we didn't have a number 18?
Yeah, we
did. Never mind.
We must have done.
Yeah, we must have done it. It was just a long break. I think we waited to put this one up a little bit later. Because there's one more video after 19. But I'm not going to get into it. We can move on. I'm sorry for even distracting us for the time I did. It's too hot for that shit. And Morgan, I'm sure, agrees.
Oh, yeah, I'm sweating. I've got my AC, and then I've got my fan blowing the AC air into the little closet that I stream from.
Yeah. Dark Page says, well, Ashley can ask for a gun if she really wanted one. Can she?
No.
I think he's kidding, right? Because if she could... and then Games with He says, best series going today. That's awesome. I'm glad some people really love it, because I like it a lot. It's probably... I don't know. It's hard to tell which one I like playing more, this or Elden Ring. They're both a lot of fun. I don't want to give up on a Resident Evil. I want to beat Resident Evil 6 after this. Did you end up buying Resident Evil 6 on one of the many times I sent the Humble Bundle to you?
No.
It was like $2 on sale. Now you're going to buy it for $100.
It's $100.
Well, $100. I don't know exactly how much it is,
but it was 6.
It's not on basically the free family account. I'm not buying that game. Is it on the family account?
We can buy games that you need. Please just ask for games that you need.
I know, but I've been telling him for the past year. Every time it goes on sale, it's like $1.99. It's like so cheap.
Well, then tell me so I can add it to the company account, and then you don't have to buy it. Why are you buying your own games?
Every time I buy a game, I get in trouble, so I stopped doing it.
Well, no, you're absolutely welcome to buy games to play for yourself. But if you're going to use it for Gamefront, then we'll pay for it. Why would you pay for it yourself?
Yeah, why'd you pay for it yourself?
Resident Evil 6, is it on Steam?
It's on Steam.
James.
Wait, don't buy it. How much is it?
It's $29.99.
It's £19. It's not that expensive.
Okay, so
I mean,
don't
it's
get
probably
it
not
yet.
worth
Don't
it,
get it
but-
yet. At least check Humble Bundle, and we're not ready to get it, so we haven't gotten to there. It goes on sale all the time. We just got to make sure to get it when it's on sale, because when it's on sale, it's way cheap. It's like less than $5.
Then we'll wait.
Yeah,
We're
we'll
not ready for it anyways.
But I'm just wondering, so that because you usually don't respond to me when I send you the Humble Bundle links.
Yeah, because you've been shilling that stuff to me for years, and I'm tired of looking at it. Every time I'm like, okay, I don't like. What do you want me to do with this? And then when I do buy them, I get like 20 games, and then they just sit in my Steam account, and I never use them.
Well, the Clapter's just looking out for your wallet. You know what I mean?
My wallet.
It's so fucking hot, man. I don't know how we're gonna do this today. All right,
It's bad.
Steve.
Go.
Steve the Ghost says, "Me? Why isn't James blowing up the regenerators with the red barrels? 2 minutes earlier. I'll never have situational awareness. Back to the present. Ah, right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I didn't think the regenerators would die with the red barrels. I thought you had to kill the. I thought you had to use the thermal dynamics on it.
You saw me knocking them with the barrels, right? Oh no, that was
No.
another enemy. That was something
Yeah.
else. 1502 is simply brilliant. James the hero he is valiantly jumps on top of a grenade to save all of his homies. Well, it would have been heroic had the grenade not been thrown by himself.
What?
It's probably gonna hurt me.
Oh,
And her.
Genius. Next level stuff.
it's a real good one. You just threw it on the ground right in front of you and then ran.
And
on
then
it.
just walked over to it.
I'm sure that if we would rewind it a couple minutes, there'd be some context that explained what was happening in that small clip. I mean, you could make anybody look like an idiot with 2 seconds of footage.
Anyway,
Don't test it though.
this is Saints Row.
Oh, Danny's hit piece.
Is this on the family account?
No.
No, it's an Epic game, and we don't have a family Epic account, even though I've definitely.
We can sort that out, but it's
It's
not that good. It's okay.
I love the Saints Row series.
It's
Yeah.
a hit piece.
It's
We're
not a hit piece.
bandwagoning and just saying it's trash.
No. I did not. I was very balanced. There was things that I liked, and there were things that I didn't like. I mainly didn't like the control scheme. The camera was a bit weird. And
Well, you can change the control scheme, right?
Were you using mouse and keyboard, or were you using controller?
controller.
Okay, that's
So
the way
I
I think
mean,
you're supposed to play.
yeah. The way the camera moves and the way that it's just odd. I didn't like it.
Did you play the other Saints Row games?
Yeah.
You ever play,
I
like-
played Saints Row 3, and I
Alright,
played a
so-
bit of 4, but I didn't like as much. But
So
Do you
you're not.
like Grand Theft Auto and stuff?
yeah, of course.
Oh, isn't it like the same idea, like a third person?
It's like the arcadey version of Grand Theft Auto, if that makes sense. But you've
Oh.
played Saints Row, right?
Ken just says
See-
it's horrible. Stop the shield.
See, this is what I'm saying. I'm trying to be balanced, and you're telling me that it's a hit piece, and he's telling me that I'm trying to shill it. I don't know what to do. I can only tell you what I think.
You got to tell the truth.
I think it's overpriced for what it is. It feels like a GTA game. It feels like if it came out when San Andreas came out, it would feel like it was about as good as that. If that makes any
Whoa.
sense. Like it's not bad, but it's probably not worth $60.
Let me just give my pitch. I haven't played it yet. But
Okay.
I'd say if you don't buy the game now, then you're never going to get it when it's worth this much. Like, get in now before that price drops, because you know you're going to be getting a $60 game if you get it
That-
now. If it goes on sale later, it's
That's terrible
probably gonna be-
advice.
Well, what the
sorry.
heck?
And it's the exact opposite of the advice you just gave for Resi 6.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, people don't like the story and the characters. I'm not too bothered because I like Watch Dogs 2, and that's got cheesy characters in it. I'm not too bothered about that. The first mission was kind of boring. The second mission was a bit better. The
We only played
driving's
2 missions.
I played 2 missions, but they were quite long.
Oh,
So, and the driving's pretty good. The map feels kind of small, and the controls are just a bit. The driving controls are fine. The on-foot controls are a bit weird. I need to spend more time with it, but I'm kind of mixed. I just don't think it's worth $60.
fair. Mad Mikey B says game equal bad. I'm assuming this is Danny. It is not AAA quality, let's say. Mad Mikey B. Why was Mad Mikey B coming at you so hard?
I don't know.
If I say his name one more time, he's going to appear. You know that, right?
This was a hit piece.
So it is bad or not. You never say journalism. Game friend. Like most things, I think it's shades of
Well, this
gray.
is what I'm trying to say. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's as good as it doesn't live up to the hype. Things can be good without
Was
being
there
as good
any
as you
hype?
thought they
Because
were.
people have just been trashing it.
I was pretty hyped for it before it started to get trashed. I mean, Ken Eric
Ken
is
bought it.
sour.
He
He's sour
knows,
about his
yeah.
purchase. Yeah. Do you not refund
Ma-
it? Or I suppose I think you can refund with Epic, but anyway.
P.S. It's not in 4K. I think the 4K processing takes forever.
He jumped on it so fast. I mean, it's ridiculous. Anyway, Pill, 7 minutes and 5 seconds. Oh, so that's what happened to Danny after Zach took over GPW. This is pretty funny. It's just me. You'll like it. It's just me getting buried, basically.
It's you too.
Yeah, you can customize your character, so I kind of tried to make him look a bit like me. So there you go.
Oh,
I
it does
could-
look like you.
I think this is exactly how GPW died.
Because I kind of just want to play the game.
That is exactly how GPW ended. Zach took over, put me in a ditch,
Daddy.
buried me.
Stop.
The end.
1120 and 1629. Even looking at this camera for a long time feels uncomfortable, and I don't think keyboard and mouse would help it here at all. Okay, there we go. Also, reviewers had an issue with aim acceleration. Reticle would move a lot faster to the left and slower to the right. Don't know if it was fixed yet.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm trying to say. Like the way the aiming works with the right stick and the way the camera doesn't have a smooth acceleration. So like you can't move it with fine adjustments. It's like it's either not moving or it's just moving as fast as it can. It's kind of weird. It's very
Is it
twitchy.
possible that this
It's-
game could be fixed with a post-release patch?
I'm sure they'll make it better. I'm sure they'll make fixes. I mean,
I want to play the game still, because I don't know. I guess I could just play Saints Row 3 again. The
Danny,
remake
give us
of the
access
third.
to your Epic account. We won't do
What's the
anything
password?
bad. Email address?
let's take that offline.
Come on, everybody wants the password.
You can never use one of Danny's passwords, even if he told you, because it'd be like in Klingon.
Just because I use secure passwords. Because my password isn't Morgan is great 123 exclamation mark.
Hey, don't give everyone my password. One time.
Ken Eric has refunded it, but it still stings. That's brutal.
Well, because he was probably excited about it.
I mean, for all of 24 hours, that money wasn't in his account, and for that, he should be.
Biomutant.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, it's not as bad as Biomutant. I think that's fair enough to say.
That was so upsetting.
Pelagius says, Stormtrooper Academy would love to have you as their sharpshooter instructor.
It's true. This was a bad day at the office.
Oh, here we go.
But can you see how
yeah.
like the camera's just very.
I wanted to do the grenade thing, but
There's no smooth acceleration on the camera. Like you can't move it to find the aiming is difficult.
But you're
I gotta
not
be
you're not
honest,
strafing while you're looking.
I've never played a game that had smooth aiming animation in my whole life. It's always been tragically bad. I thought that was just video games. Pelagius, from what I've been seeing, the game has good things going for it in places, but it has plenty of technical and game design issues that become very apparent the longer you play, and as a result, dragging down overall impressions of the game. Bad publicity isn't helping things either.
Danny.
Looking forward for more episodes of Danny the investigative journalist finding out the truth about Saints Row remake. What is that in reference to? The truth.
I don't
Were you
know.
drunk when you recorded this, Danny?
No,
Did you say truth?
I didn't.
Can you say the word truth for me right now?
Truth.
Well, can you say the word truth?
Truth.
Okay, I don't know what is this truth?
Johnny M. This will end up being the free monthly PS Plus game.
More than likely.
Score show.
That's a good one.
This game is probably true. This game is
It probably
terrible.
is true.
Dee sub and tune into my channel. Dee, come
We
on, bro.
shouldn't be allowing that. That's
All right, wait. Go to his channel. Let's see it.
no.
Let's see it.
It's
Come
probably.
on. Is it?
It could
is
be
it even on
anything.
brand
You
I'm
might
gonna-
want to just check really quick to make sure it's not pornography.
on YouTube. No, it's not possible.
I'll read out the titles of
You'd
his.
be surprised how many channels I can sneak pornography.
No,
into.
no,
I got
I'm not
a
gonna-
lot of personal channels.
There's nothing bad. I'm not gonna. But these are the titles of his videos. His most recent 3. We went shopping and this happened. ... I ate at the most expensive restaurant. ... $22,730 on the receipt. Yeah, great.
What?
And then try not to laugh challenge.
Okay.
My first video? Question mark? No,
Hit him for spam. Hit him for spam.
Nah. You want to hit
I'm
him for
going back to
spam?
check it out later.
Yeah. Report him.
Report.
I don't know about report.
Unwanted
no,
commercial
no.
content or spam. That's spam.
All
To
right,
just
you
go
could-
onto random channels and say, "Come sub to my clickbait channel."
Great.
That's spam. That's the definition of spam.
Crispy with
That's
a K
why none
because
of
he's
my
now,
other channels can get some legs beneath them.
It's true.
People keep doing that to my other channels. Can't get the clapter to can't get the clapter off the ground and running.
Crispy AI, who has now got some kind of promotional time with Krispy Kreme donuts. How is it possible to make Saints Row look so boring? And then Dag says, "Danny, hold my beer." That's harsh. Then
What does
Zach
that mean?
says- well, it means that I'm making it look boring.
Oh,
And then Zach says, "Deep Silver Volition, I spilt your beer on your PC. I'm so sorry." Brutal stuff. Brutal stuff.
all right. Gamerworld.net. Why
Word.
does chest size give dudes tits? This game is messed up. I might be the minority, but I don't prefer not. What? I don't prefer not playing as women or girly men in my games. I like to be able to roleplay or imagine myself in the character's position. Makes it hard to do with this type of character creation. Well, but you don't have to create the character that way, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
The
they're
Saints
not gonna
Row
force you
games
to be
always had a certain amount of cringe in them. This one was simply too much. Was anyone wanting another SR anyways? I was. I don't know. I feel like I enjoy character creation, and anything that limits me, it bothers me. Like, obviously, I want them to look as chiseled and good as, like, my Elden Ring character looks spot on like me. But sometimes I want to get silly. And, I mean, I'm not the type of person that wants pink hair on my characters because I don't believe it. It's not realistic. But other than...
You don't
and
have
but
to
I
do
want
that.
the option.
I essentially play exclusively as girls with pink hair.
Yeah.
Because I like to imagine myself as the character.
Yeah.
Zach is a real boy. 2410. Danny asked the important questions. Why is the game making me control it?
I mean,
Have you ever tried watching movies, Danny? That might be more
maybe
your
you're
thing.
more like a movie guy.
yeah, maybe. I mean, it's not fair what he's saying, man. I'm just saying.
If I just point my camera like this, it'll just like
I-
move around like this. Like,
I'm just explaining how the camera doesn't have an auto snap thing. That's all.
Most cameras
Oh,
don't
yeah,
have an
auto
auto
aim.
snap.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you-
Danny
no,
likes
but
playing
if you
games
play-
with auto aim.
Not auto aim. I just mean that if you move the character. So, like, for example, if you do that in Grand Theft Auto, if you move the camera and point it down to the ground, if you then start to run, the camera will move back to being behind the player, so you can see where you're moving to, as opposed to
Yeah.
just staying looking at the ground, which is completely useless. Why would anyone want to do that? Is what I was trying to say.
But what if you're
You like playing like House of the Dead with the little light guns?
What if you were like wanting to strafe around a side and you were like wanted to point at the wall and then like strafe completely right and just keep pointing that way?
Well, you can hold
Maybe.
the camera in place if you want to
Oh,
in Grand Theft Auto, but if you let go of the stick and then start to run in a direction, the camera will move behind the character so you can see where you're running to. If you want to keep looking at the ground, then just hold it in position. That's how I'm used to it. But I don't know.
I
Yeah,
gotta
the
be honest,
roster.
I can't really remember what it's like. I'm gonna have to try it in a game that is like for shooting. I just can't
It's hard
really
to
remember how it
describe
usually...
exactly, but if you play GTA 5 and then played that, you'll see what I mean. The camera is weird.
Maybe not in a first person shooter game that you'd be
It's
able to
not-
continue looking down.
no,
Just
no.
third person action shooters.
I'm talking about third-person open-world
Yeah.
games like a GTA. I'm not talking about first-person shooters. If you want to run around
Yeah,
looking
I
at the floor in a
can't
first-person
remember. I'll
shooter,
have to-
great, do that. But yeah, I'm not playing any more of this on the channel. By the way, Pearl, like it's purely a one and done. I'll play it for myself, but I don't think
Do it
we
on
need.
camera.
No, we don't need more of this.
Dude, on camera. I'm gonna tell you guys why DD's channel is not gonna make it. He's got 92 subs. He started it like
4 days ago.
6 days ago, I think. Now, he's using the audio from his GoPro while he's vlogging, so it's just never gonna cut it.
Imagine
DD, if
us
you're watching.
coming in to bury somebody on video quality, audio quality, number of subs, number of views. I think we are definitely the people to tell you how to do those
give
things.
DD a chance. I say give
a
DD a
vlog?
chance.
All right, unspam him. Let's make a video about how good his
Oh
channel
no,
is.
it's undoable now. I've reported him. I can't take it back. Anyway, I'm sure DD will be fine. Radactive Lobster says, if this game came out in 2012, I'd be impressed. 2022, not so much. I mean, GamerWord.net comes in with a good point and says, don't forget GTA 4 came out in 2008. So even in the past, the game would have been a disaster. If a game is good, it's good. I'd have said if it came out in 2005, it would have been good. 2012 is probably even... Like
Could
I say,
you
doesn't
imagine
meet the
going
bar.
back to like 1993 when everybody's super excited about Super Mario World and you pull this game out and you're like, let me show you something from the future? People would be impressed, right?
Well, with Saints
Yeah.
Row, yeah, I'm sure they would, but you know,
Go back to the Middle Ages, and they're like, "Witch, burn him alive!"
And that's how I died on my time traveling vacation.
that would, you know what, you traveling through time would be an amazing movie.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I'd love it.
An amazing nightmare. Kamikaze Ice. Hey, guy, the thumbnail guy kind of looks like that guy.
Does he?
Apparently,
A little bit. It's the tattoo on the shoulder.
The hair's too
the
short.
tank top. But
Yeah,
he
he's
does
got a
shave his
taint
head when he
top.
grows
That's
it out.
his head. That taint top is his head.
That
Morgan.
taint top that's a taint top, and it's his head.
Taint top? That's his face.
That's a taint top.
A taint top.
Disgusting.
Wow.
All right,
That's
so
sick.
one last video. I feel like somehow we didn't release everything that's available. There's some things that are
I released
missing.
everything I had lined up, but it was a busy week. There were videos in the
Yeah.
queue which haven't been released to Patreon yet, so they haven't been released on here yet. So that's
I
my
should
job for
probably
later
be
today.
helpful with that.
Oh, that's okay. I'll do it today. There'll be more videos this week than there were last week. Sorry, everyone.
I played. What was it called? It doesn't matter. This is the video we're on, and the stuff that's unreleased will be released eventually.
Yep, that's how it
Cool.
works. Elmono Mike says 17 minutes 45 said, by the man with a bunch of arrows sticking out of him. Did you take an arrow to the knee?
I think I took an arrow to the body, like a whole bunch of them.
That's a lot of arrows.
Guys that were saying we're gonna give me a hard time and clapped me. If anything, they're gonna give me a round of applause because they are incredibly stunned by. This is the line about Clapter right here, but I don't know if people can hear it.
Are incredibly stunned by how well you're
They're
doing.
the only clapping that's gonna be done is the round of applause when they see I've completely destroyed them. The Clapter.
Curious times we live in. When do you say it?
I mean, I don't know for sure if I ever actually say that, but that's the context. I'm not going to get clapped by those scrubs. The only clapping is going to be the round of applause that I get from being the Clapter, you know?
Cool. Elmano Mike 2410. James found a new secret boss fight out of nowhere.
We don't need to watch this. I'll tell you
Yeah,
what it is.
No,
it's
go
me.
there. Go there. Stop. Everyone deserves to see the clapter at work. Ooh, that guy looks tough.
Everyone deserves to see the clapter at work.
Okay, so the context is this is just a regular tutorial easy guy that happens to have a shield.
Which is thwarting James at every turn. He doesn't know how to do it.
Is this real life? Is this real life or is this just fantasy?
This is like.
This is so sad. Stop. We don't need to see this.
Please tell me you don't die. Oh, you had to chuck an Estes though. What?
Yeah, I get him. These guys don't
Ridiculous.
get me.
That was insane.
Dark Page wants to know what the deal was with the frame rate in this episode. It did look a bit choppy.
I don't know. I didn't notice when I'm editing, it's always like a little choppy. So I can't really tell until it's uploaded what it's going to look like.
What?
Fair enough. Elmono Mike says great content as always. Glad you think so. 2 minutes 43. Nokanon?
Nokanon.
Nokanon?
Onwards to Noken then. Go on, I'll catch up.
Nokron. Who was that? The name of the city was Nokron, and he calls it Nokanon.
Fair enough.
Noken.
Dark Page, James kind of seems like a narc.
He
What's-
is an arc.
What's a narc?
Straight up. You are.
Hey,
No,
Daniel, do you want to buy some drugs?
I've kind of heard that term before, but I couldn't quite remember what it meant.
It's what they
All you
Um,
gotta do is just say you want to buy some drugs. But
Like-
if you don't mind, whisper it close to my neck. That's where I like to hear you ask to buy some
Wait.
drugs.
It's
To
from
be
like
honest-
the beginning of the drug wars, like the narcotics agents.
that
called
makes
Narcs.
sense. Yeah.
I remember there was that shooting video game. Well, maybe you guys didn't have it in Britland, but there's a shooting video game called Narc that was in like Narc, and in like every
Oh, I think it was.
laundromat
It might have
and
been Narcs,
pizza
but
parlor.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can't believe that game. Like, you'd think that everybody would not want to play that game because, like, who wants to be a fucking narc? Like, everybody hates narcs.
Well, it almost had nothing to do with drugs. You were just like going through bank robberies and hostage situations.
Oh,
at
no.
airports.
You must not have played that game for a while. There's, like, I think it's level 3. You just simply shoot a whole bunch of potheads. You're inside of, like, a
No.
marijuana facility and you're killing. Oh, yeah, look it up.
I'm
Level
looking it
3.
up right now.
Narcs. You're just killing hippies, long-haired hippies. Like, they got pot plants.
You're
just
wasting
killing
everyone's
everybody.
time with this bit.
I'm not. I don't know for sure that it's level
List
3.
of
but-
Schedule 3 drugs. Now you've got me in trouble.
Well, while Morgan Googles drugs, Dark Page says this was a top-notch episode.
Thank you.
Dark Page would also like to know if you're into the idea of dual scythes.
I guess I am. I don't know. It seems ridiculous to me, but I'll give it a try. I just can't even picture a human being holding onto 2 scythes and actually using them as weapons. But I guess if it works in the game and there is like contextual attacks that you can use with it, I'll give it a shot.
James, level 3 is you driving around in a Porsche shooting guys in trench coats.
All right, those guys in trench coats have weed on them. Check the other levels. Is there like a list of the different levels?
This is a different game that I was thinking. The game in the
They did a remake.
Yeah, so this looks like the one that came out in 1988. This should be the game.
That's the one. That's the one I'm remembering.
It's
There's
like
a level that you're just shooting people that are growing pot plants.
All right,
You're in like a grow house.
Let me see. I'm clicking. They played through the whole. Oh yeah, here we go. It's level stage 5. But the Narc cabinet game was like a shooting game. This is like a third person beat 'em. Like this is like a beat 'em up like side scroller.
Well, that's the only one I remember. There was a like a shooting game.
Yeah.
Weird. You know what, Morgan? You should play Prey 2017.
It's a very good game.
That's what Brad Hahn says. That's the next comment, and I just figured I'd pitch it to you while you're searching.
It's a first-person
Prey
shooter.
sounds like a good game.
And it's think Bioshock in space.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Is Bioshock not in space?
No, Bioshock is under the sea.
Jesus, you've never played Bioshock, have you?
No, I haven't.
Oh my
It's-
god, that game is so good.
It's the whatever the exact opposite of space is. That's where Bioshock is set. It's
Well, everything takes place in space.
yeah, that's why Bioshock's so good.
Bioshock.
Bioshock is my favorite game. It's also Zach's favorite game to the degree that Zach's got a tattoo of a Big Daddy on one of his arms, I believe, or is it like, or is it somewhere we can't mention? I'm not sure, but there's a tattoo somewhere. Bioshock, if you haven't played it, you absolutely have to play through those games. They are pretty amazing. But Prey is very similar in that it's a first-person shooter. It's kind of like rewards exploration. It's
Apparently
very
there's
much
a lot of reading.
yeah.
Bioshock was
it's-
nice because most of it was like tapes that you would hear played over.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think Prey's got that too. But I don't remember there being too much reading, or if there is reading, it's optional. But you know, Morgan likes his reading anyway.
I figured it out. Guys. I was playing Lethal Enforcers, not Narcs.
I imagine Zach would have his Big Daddy tattoo in his crotch area with the drill hand being his ... Very, very disturbing imagery there.
Wait, what have I missed? You've the stream has
Something
been
about-
paused. It's
The
gone
stream
forever.
has been paused.
What? We're not streaming anymore.
You just paused. No, it was the
No, for
stream
us.
of you to us on Discord.
Oh, yeah, that's just because I'd minimized the window. Anyway, Brad Hahn says, can you do a YMCA with those emotes?
I would love to see if that's possible. I feel like it would be a cool music video to have it like bounce to a bunch of different characters doing the YMCA if it's possible. If it's not, I'm sure that's the kind of thing a modder could add in, right?
I mean, probably. I don't see why not.
There's
get
definitely
modding.
a why.
I'm modding right now.
You're modding, right?
Hear it?
Do you even mod, bro?
El Scorcho says, James took a few arrows to the knee this episode. I assume that's in
I did.
reference to the many arrows sticking out. You almost look like a Christmas tree at one point. Hang a few baubles on you, you'd be ready for Christmas.
KLJ 15803. I have hundreds of hours into this game, and I don't know those. I didn't know that those guys heal when landing hits. Leave it to the Heniclapter to show us something new via face taking strats. Phil, I never seen that either, but I'm pretty sure it's AoE heal from Shaman singing, since there were times when ancestors healed without landing a hit, like at 4636. Ooh, the plot thickens.
Oh, well, maybe it's a mixture of both, because there was so many times where we would see him hit me and he would heal right away.
Well, those things, when you farm that weapon, that heals when you hit.
Oh, and that's a scythe. Do you know if I've already farmed that weapon?
No, you have not farmed. You only killed like 3 of these guys. They punish you.
I just felt like I got drops from them.
Oh, it's a hammer.
Gold
It's not a
tinged
scythe.
excrement.
Small tip,
All right.
you can see how many runes you'll get with the golden runes by checking the item info screen in your inventory. Saves the guesswork unless you like to be surprised when you pop the runes. Happy holiday weekend. Have another
runes.
dumb rap. Oh no, James, do you want this one?
It's up
You
to you.
Do you need some beatboxing in the background?
That'll probably make it worse, actually.
Okay.
Big Morgs and the Heen going underground. Gonna show him who's the toughest tarnish in this town. Sent on a mission from Ronnie the Witch, finding Nakaron's treasure for that ice cold lady.
Oh,
Use that
nice.
frost. Decimate the boss. Try not to think about the runes that you've lost.
It's,
That's
That's
bad.
really good.
Yeah,
That's
it's pretty
good.
Excuse
Nice.
me.
And I really liked that lady off rhyme.
Excuse me. You'll find it's Nocron, not Nacron. Thank you.
I called it Nakaron.
You said Nacron.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Nakaron.
You said Nacron.
Yeah. That's how American English works. We pronounce our O's as A's when they're in front of an R. Or whatever.
What?
Where'd it go?
What, in front of a K?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Whatever, 45-15, unexpected boss fight. Is that
this
the
the
same
same
one as
It's
before?
the same
boss?
one, yeah.
Okay.
Everyone was impressed.
It's so good, it's worth watching. Oh, this is a
Oh,
different
no,
boss
there's a
fight.
different one. You're making them all look tough.
Hey, Hard Talk. We're out of the tutorial, bro. Maybe if I don't attack them, they won't.
Barely.
Jeez.
But it seemed like.
I
Yeah,
mean,
they just keep
it's,
healing. This is really sad. We don't need to watch it. It's a long boss fight.
It's two on one. How does he heal like that? Oh, there you go. He just said it. The clapter.
Yeah, you named yourself the Clapter.
Whoa,
That is
hitting me?
Yeah.
An annoying enemy.
that is rough stuff. Yeah.
He's healing by hitting like when they do the backhand, which is strange because the hammer does actually heal when you use it.
I can see how that can be quite frustrating. Yeah.
Well, it's not doing enough damage to them.
James
Whoa.
the Clapter Heaney, the 18 frames per second Clapter. Good progress and good thing it's still within the realm of it's okay to use with whatever without any tangible downsides. What?
It's okay to use whatever without any tangible downsides.
So
What
there's
does that
no
even mean?
restrictions on like summoning or using cheese
But
straps.
I'm
or
not
anything.
using summons. I stopped using summons on first approaches. I'm not using rot, so I can go back to using those things.
Yeah, you need them
All right.
horribly.
I died like 2 times. I'm not dying ever. Barely. Also, I didn't even know that the ancestor guys could get healed from shaman singing. As always, somehow the Clapter found a way to get clapped even harder than he should have been. What the hell are people talking about? I barely died. I was doing so good. Sure, it took me a long time because they kept healing, but it wasn't, I think, maybe 1 or 2 times I died. All right. 4809, the Clapter moment.
No one
Half a
believes that.
minute of pure madness.
This seems very close to the one we just seen, but
I think it's just
It
the
just
same fight.
keeps
yeah.
happening. He cannot beat these 2 guys. It's crazy.
okay, so it's just the same thing again.
But I used
Although-
the assassin's approach, which actually, as you can see, they can barely even tell that I'm here now.
He's running towards you already.
Yeah.
No, I'm in inventory. They wouldn't do that.
You can see him running towards you. You can see he's been
James
triggered.
can't.
Stopped.
Oh, you did switch to the Scythe, which I think is better. He doesn't know how
Yeah,
to get
I
it.
mean, we could watch this whole episode, but
Why right
the
bumper,
general
why right
thing
bumper?
is. You saw that too, right?
You
Anyway,
couldn't do it?
No, I did it. I did it.
But,
Okay.
I mean, you did it after a long time of trying to do it. That's the thing that's impressive.
I don't know what this is. Morgan Chill, LOL.
Oh, I call you an idiot.
Oh,
It's worth it.
is it? I don't think it is. I was able to somehow forget this.
Oh, you're an idiot.
brutal.
Because we were talking about left and right, and then I'm like, okay, as soon as you come out here, look to the left, and then he looks to the right.
Brutally honest assessment.
I was frustrated. But James, if you don't learn your left and right, I can't continue on with you.
Oh,
I don't know-
Morgan.
I don't
it's
understand
not a
how
matter
it's-
of learning.
I
Brad
don't
Pitt
know.
can't tell people's faces. I can't tell left and rights.
I don't know how it's not the top priority in your life to figure out what left and right is.
If you don't think every morning I get up and do my left-right exercises, then you don't know that I'm committed to learning
You're
eventually.
lying. What do you do when you're driving a car and someone's
Right.
like, go left?
Left, right, left, right, left. See? I'm doing pretty good now. But it's helpful because when I do this, I got the L on my left hand to help me. What do I do in a car?
Yeah.
I ask people to point when they want directions. And there's always a little map of where I'm going on the screen.
Yeah, but when she says in 300 yards, turn left, what does that mean to you?
He has to look down at the arrow, so he's
He
putting
had to
all in
look down on the
danger.
screen and yeah.
Yeah, and if I have to go right, like Steven Bergen says, I'll just take 3 lefts. Not a big deal.
First time chatter. Welcome to the party, pal.
Ken Eric is saying that if I look at my left hand, it looks like an L. Obviously, that's what I. That's
It's
my
true. If you make 3
life
lefts,
hack.
if you do left 3 times, you will eventually go right. I mean,
Exactly. I mean, there's ways to get through life without knowing left and right.
Wasn't there that episode of Mythbusters I watched once where they tried to discover whether turning left at every junction was quicker than actually going the most direct route? Because of
Well, ours would be
or was it-
right.
or turning right at every junction. Yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently it was, I think.
And we call them intersections.
Really?
Sorry.
Yeah, what the hell is a junction? Get rid of it.
We're gonna go
Recycle
left
it. It's
at
junk.
the junction.
A junction is where,
the
two things
trains
connect.
are meeting.
No. That's a point. I don't know.
No, what happens is one of our roads intersects with another one. They're not coming together. We never come together. We're
Not in
individuals.
America. We don't come together. We don't junction it up.
We intersect each other, but we never junction.
I saw a fascinating documentary on YouTube the other day about how there's so many roads in America that are neither streets nor are they roads. As in, they're not really designed to be a proper road, but they're not really designed to be a proper street either. So
I live on those.
They're
It's an
called
avenue.
parkways.
They're terrible. They're terrible for cars and they're terrible for pedestrians because
Yeah, they're called parkways. The Orange County's littered with them.
yeah.
I mean, I live in Venice. There's a whole bunch because Venice used to be all canals, and then they went broke in the 20s. Maybe it was, I think it was the 20s, and they was no longer its own city. Los Angeles took over and paved over all of the canals. So now most of our streets in Venice, I would say not most, but a good portion of them are too narrow for 2 cars to go down. But a lot of them are too go both ways. Luckily, my street, not to dox myself anymore, but I live on a one-way street.
Which way does it go? Towards the ocean or away from it?
It goes left. It goes left.
I hate it. El Scorcher 4656. It's ironic James picked up an item called gold tinged excrement. That's exactly how I described this walkthrough.
Damn it. That's a good one.
Steve
That's
the
a good
Ghost.
one.
Dual wielding Jimmy seems to be working well, but I have to know, when's Dark Souls 2 coming back?
You never finished
What do
it.
you think?
I thought we
never
finished
finished
it.
it.
The
No, we
servers,
didn't
the
finish
servers. This is breaking news. This last week, the servers for Dark Souls 3 came back,
Yep.
and
I
the
saw
s-
that.
The
Yeah.
servers for 2 and 1 are coming very soon. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, at which point you can resume your co-op of Dark Souls 2.
That would be fun.
Yeah. It would be a good excuse to get back into it. I would like to beat it entirely.
I would like to put all of our focus into Elden Ring.
All right.
But you were that close to finishing it. It feels a
we've
shame
both
not to finish
we've
it.
both beaten it before. It's
But
not like-
never a complete full walkthrough. And if I don't do it now,
What do
it'll
you mean? I've
never
beaten that
happen.
game multiple times.
Every single well, I haven't.
Yeah,
I-
I used to
This would
stream
be the
that
first
game.
time I beat every single one.
Okay.
Steve the Ghost, dual wielding Jimmy, seems to be working well.
Okay. All right. All right.
But I have to know when's.
All right, we're
that's the
already
one we just read.
Yep.
Ken Eric, no Crone City. More like a Chug City, am I right? Hey guys, long time no see. Been having some tough times lately, but good to be back. Got a ton of videos to watch from you now. Looking forward to it. Nice to see you doing good. Was hoping you had gotten the YouTube Diamond plaque by now. But hey, hopefully soon. Thanks, Ken Eric. Wink.
And at our current rate of growth, I think we will probably get the diamond plaque at some point by 3036.
At some point,
It's-
we'll age
it's-
to the
it's
point where
coming.
it'll become like niche that people are watching us because we're so old. They'll be like, "Oh, look, senior citizens playing video games," and then that's cool. And then we'll.
I know, but won't everybody who's playing video games today be like that as well?
No, they're quitters.
The day's coming where everybody will be old and playing video games, because
Are
the kids
you,
will be like, "This is old fashioned." Be like listening to the wireless. It'll be, they'll be like plugged into the Matrix or whatever, and we'll be playing
Meta.
Nintendo. You know,
It'll be in meta.
One
Yeah.
of my like long term video gaming ideas is to not play a lot of like turn based stuff or stuff that takes like twitch reflexes, because I'm planning on playing it when I'm old and my hands are going
Smart.
to have arthritis from playing Elden Ring for like 20,000 hours or whatever. So I'm trying to save all that stuff, all the point.
That's a really good idea, Morgan.
Yeah, I want to be playing video games right up until the end.
Then maybe you and I can play turn-based games when we're elderly.
Okay, we'll put
Well,
it up on
actually,
YouTube.
I'm going to get there first, but maybe you can join me.
Somebody's got to change that diaper.
Yep.
Big old bottom.
I guess we made it to the end, which
Yeah,
is good. I don't know what your scenario is going to be like, but it's hot. So I think kind of seeing how efficiently we can get through this day might be smart. The temperature is supposed to peak today. It's good, like the whole heat wave's going to begin to go away.
Mm-hmm.
This is the end, my only friend. This is the end, my friend.
Oh,
Sweet.
he's back. Mad Mikey B.
Oh, wow. Gentle
King
Lentil,
Danny.
greater than King Danny.
I know he's renaming me King Danny. Use the
Oh.
redeem name generator.
Oh, well, now I've got to do the text thing. We're finishing the stream now. It's not worth it.
Is that like a Brian Danielson, Daniel Bryanson thing?
Yes, potentially.
I watched the AEW yesterday. It was good. Well, it was okay. It wasn't the best pay-per-view, but
did
it
you
was
watch WWE Clash at the Castle?
I did watch some of it. I didn't watch the main event, but the 2 women's matches that I watched were really good.
You know, Triple H booking that show is it's a step up from what it was. It's still got a ways to go, but it's getting there.
The last match I was like, I don't know these guys, but I guess it was a unification of the UK and the US belts to make one world belt, so it made sense that I didn't know who they were.
Yeah. Oh, Mikey says it was shit.
Matt,
So
you didn't like the wait, which one, AEW or the WWE?
he probably didn't like either. He's generally quite sour on life in general, I've found, but we'll see what he says.
What about the 2 women's matches right
WWE.
before the main event? I thought those were both good.
Yeah, the women's matches were pretty good.
Yeah. I didn't watch anything before that, so those are the ones I saw. But AEW had a couple of good matches, but a couple of stickers too.
ECW, that goes back a ways. Although they ruined that. The main event was rough. It's true.
Oh, did they make it dirty?
Yeah. I won't
They've been
spoil it,
dirtying
but
it. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't care about WWE.
Well, anyway, I haven't seen the AEW pay-per-view yet. It's on the Fight Thing app. I'm going to watch it later.
Yeah, you should check it out. There are some good matches, and there's some tomfoolery, I guess, which is pretty good.
Sweet. Well, we'll go because James doesn't watch wrestling. We'll be back next week.
I don't watch wrestling.
It's the first time he's been silent for a long
Well,
time.
I'm just realizing because we have a bunch of videos that are not put up. I have about 180 gigs of footage that I can't really delete because I don't usually delete it until stuff goes live.
Do you need a new hard drive?
I mean, another new hard drive? Maybe. Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Sure.
he's finally come around. Only because it's in public. If this was in private, James would be like, I don't need another hard drive on my desk.
mean, I didn't realize. It's just the thing is because I always account for having about 180 gigs on there of footage. But now with basically 2 weeks of stuff, I'm gonna need to have about a little over a quarter terabyte for today's recording.
250 gigs.
Yeah, about 250 gigs because I'm not going to delete the stuff from last week.
Yeah.
Usually, I would delete the stuff from the previous week.
Danny, can we get him another hard drive?
I've offered to buy him an 8 terabyte, a 12 terabyte. He doesn't want it.
Well,
12.
the thing is
Send
it
him the
has to
12.
be external, and I've already it would have to be an external drive because I have a laptop. I don't have an internal computer.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
Okay.
And
That's
it
not
would.
You're saying that like it's impossible to get an external drive.
Well, I don't really want to. I just feel like we should. I just need to.
He just doesn't want it. That's all it is.
it is. Okay, we
It doesn't.
figure out.
There's no technical reason for it. He just doesn't want one. It doesn't
Well, I
even.
just feel it's so wasteful. It's so
Yeah,
wasteful
how is
to
he
get
going to
another
struggle
drive.
every week unless if we solve this problem? How is he going to say? Guys,
we're trying to get you
these videos?
one drive that's big enough to replace all of these tiny Xbox drives that you've got lying around?
That an external drive that would be big enough stuff is going to cost a few $100s. I already bought one for the games. I got
Yeah.
a 2 terabyte drive during, I think it was, I don't know when it was a sale. Maybe it was Prime Day or something.
Yeah.
I
the
got it,
concept
like,
of this
worth
is
worth it.
you wouldn't be buying it, and you need it to do a function for this company. Therefore, the company's going to buy for you, so it doesn't have to cost you anything.
Will you get him the
And the
12
bonus
terabyte,
is
and then we can
you
be
get a
good?
12 terabyte hard drive.
A 12 terabyte SSD hard drive. How much is that going to cost?
Not an SSD
Doesn't
one.
matter.
It would just be
It'll
a
be
fast
fast enough
mechanical.
external.
It's got
Yeah.
get him an SSD. Right?
And then all of these
Well, I thought
106.
SSDs were.
Let me put it this way: it's going to be a lot faster than the Xbox 360 hard drives that you're using at the moment.
Well,
you know?
right now I'm recording. All of these are on an SSD drive. So all of my recordings that I've been doing since November of last year have been recorded on an SSD drive.
Mikey says, just buy him one. You have his address. Honestly, the choice does not lie with James. It's true. I mean, given he's doxed himself so often, we can all just send him stuff.
There's a 4 terabyte one that's like $100, but we want bigger, and that's a solid state.
Yeah, but the cheaper ones fail sometimes. But this would.
Oh yeah,
this only
Seagate's a
needs
terrible brand.
4 terabyte solid state drive for $100.
Yes. Or
Wow,
this
that's incredible.
Samsung, that's only 1 terabyte.
Okay, Morgan, you find a decent thing that he needs. I'll buy it, James. It's just going to arrive, whether you like it or not. Use it or lose it.
Thank you, everyone,
I mean,
for letting us use your peer pressure of just being here to allow me to get James to finally agree to getting this thing going. So I appreciate you.
right, we're off. Bye, everybody.